Hello and welcome, guys and gals, to Always Busy Gaming, your destination for discovering new and exciting games. Today on your screens, we have Going Medieval, which is a colony building simulator game. And while most people focus on making a village or settlement, I have decided to make a fortress of doom for myself. Let's see how goes the construction. Okay, so should we start with constructing the second set? The second floor, the workshops. We do need a good short bow. We should, so that means we should start with the construction. I mean, lay down the floor work, pause the game, lay down the floor work, and add the research table up here and set somebody to constructing it. We definitely need bows. Each settler who comes in needs to have a bow in hand. Desperately needed. Food reserves on stockpile low. That's kind of sad. Hey, can we eat the red currant? I'm not sure, to be honest. Hunting, yes. Henry, please go hunting. We need some food. I've noticed you should not really hunt a lot at a time until unless you have that smoking thing. I mean, you should really hunt less at one point of time because meat does go bad. Somehow people don't consider that as a part of nature. If you are, I mean, consider that as a part of nature and not consider it. Sorry, and don't not consider it. Yeah, think about it. We have always thought all animals to be part of nature. What if they weren't? What if they weren't? And we've brought up all definitions for things that we think are sentient, and we've applied them only to ourselves. I mean, we made the book, we wrote the book, and we decided right from wrong. And I mean, what proof is there? Who else is there to say otherwise? We hunt things, we just eat it, and it's necessary. It is necessary to some level. Why we need food? I agree with you. But at what level does too much become unnecessary? After what level does the meat rot? After what level do you waste and take more from nature than you ever needed? I think there is where we are having a problem today. See, there's nothing wrong with the human race. It's just our habits and our beliefs which have cursed us, which have taken us away from the path. What path, you might ask? Ah, that's a tough one to answer, to be honest. If I had to pick a path, I would say the path of doing what you are told, putting your faith in something else that is unexplainable, but you can see the signs. You know it's there, you believe it. I think these should be ideologies, things that we believe in. What do we believe in? We believe that our God is doing everything for our betterment. To be honest, he has no reason, no business to be here. Why would he be here? Why is he here? He's still here, he's still doing it, right? True, he doesn't really care, it doesn't really affect him much if something were to happen to us. Why? Because he's looking out for the greater good. Now, that butchering table was set forever. When I set it at forever, people asked, why are you setting it forever? Because I know that I will never have a carcass lying around all the time. A carcass should immediately be cut up so that it can then be cooked on the campfire. Imagine if the top floor that we had in this place, we inhabited it, like used it as the Tower of Sauron. people should be part of ideologies. I mean, I don't mean ideologies like religion, but I don't know, ideologies like fantasies and imaginations. Harry Potter, example, a fantasy make believe world. What if many people, I mean, I know this sounds ridiculous, but what if many people thought about it and got together, they could make it happen? Well, yes, there is actually a game that's happening. So that's what we are doing. We are changing the reality insides of our head. I mean, what does it really matter that it's not really real? As long as we get to enjoy it, for us, it's real. And if for us it is real, then we are changing ourselves, our mindsets, our thought patterns, everything. Isn't that what we had aimed for? So that would mean that video games are the future of man. I mean, what better way to live life than to first simulate it and then try it out? I mean, then games would get prizes for which would lack most in imagination and just prioritize on getting something exactly correct. To be honest, I could see that being a genre of games which actually try and simulate life as much as possible. You know, one thing that I think I really want to do one day, now I'm going to put this out there and I want to see whether somehow something somebody picks it up. What I want to do is I want to equip that leather helmet, obviously, but other than that, what I want to do is play games in VR. You know, if people create a VR world, I'll go and live in there, explore it for them. I think that is very dangerous at the risk of losing my mind. But as long as I have something protecting me, or you know, at least I'll be live. I'll go live if if something does happen to me, then you guys are to be blamed. Okay, let's look at those floor plans again. Second floor, right? 2 from the edge. Sorry, 3 from the edge. Get it now? That was actually a mistake I was making previously. 3 from the edge. And that was 4, right? 5, sorry. Okay, these rooms are slightly larger. Oh, it's just because of those stairs. I get it now. No, actually the stairs are not accounted for. Okay, so it will be 2 from the wall, not 3 from the edge. Okay. Wait, let's have a look at that again. 2 from there, 1 from there. How hard can it be? Come on, dude. Yep. Okay. Should I put that corner wall first? Should I go that way that I, put down the 4 corners and then pull? Nah, this is too much hard work actually, to be honest. I might as well do it this way. Better to keep count on the go. Okay, so actually one good thing that they have really dealt with, I mean, for this I give them full credit, is this 3D view where you've got layers, like it's 7.5 by 16 just below jobs, that panel there. So that allows you to go up and down and at times cut off the tops of mountains and at other times cut off the top view of your second and third floors and just see the basement or the first floor. That's a really helpful feature, and I think they've really outdone themselves with that. I mean, even if at times I say there are many mistakes or shortcomings in the game, I think that this thing is really perfect. I don't know whether they have discovered it or they made it from scratch or somebody else already is using this. To be honest, I haven't played Minecraft, so I'm not in a position to talk about this. I need to cancel that. Okay, why did I put another one on top? So that even helps you to see the top layers. It's amazing. Okay, let's put down the middle walls. Five sets of five. So there are two with four squares inside and three with, no, there are two columns with four squares inside and two columns with three squares inside. So total of 8 rooms with 3 and 8 rooms with 4 basically. I'm going to put a train of doors so that people can just keep walking in a straight line to just go anywhere. It's this kind of door management which I think is really important. I mean, people don't generally think about it, but door management is actually very critical. It really makes a big difference on how you govern your entry points and exit points. I mean, if every square or every hex counts, to be honest, if every square and every hex counts, then see, that would mean that we would limit ourselves in an open world or open land, to be honest. I mean, we've got this nature for free, so why do it this way? Everything we have is for free. I mean, if we can take as much as we want, then let's take enough, but not over enough. I don't know, if the bare minimum is 3, let's take 4. I mean, I've worked on that principle. If you should decide how much you want, and then God should give you slightly more than that, to know that even how much you asked for was quite a bit. And I think that is how nature does behave with us. And if you ask me, the recent pandemics and even other natural calamities are nature's way of doing population control. I mean, you guys are going way beyond my control. Let me just indiscriminately try and off some of you. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me who are the specific ones as long as it happens. I mean, I'm more of looking at the big picture. It doesn't really matter whether X or Y expired, as long as X or Y were among the 10,000 who expired. It's population control, damn you. Hey, her time is not corrected. That poor lady was sleeping fully for 6 hours. People need at least 7 hours. I think maybe 8. Maybe 8. I should probably change that too. There are times where, let's say, they have to fight, and that affects their nap time. They get exhausted by the end of the day. I mean, to be honest, if you're simulating a game, I don't think that would happen. After a fight, you are glad to be alive. It's the most alive you've ever felt in your life. You are not expecting to survive, and you still went in. I mean, I must imagine that that's how probably soldiers felt. Yeah, would explain the inexplicable tyrannies they used to do after winning a battle. So I think there is where God would come in. It's in things like this, where should I do with he? No. It which listens to all, then it which listens to all should also be strong enough to make all listen to it. If you ask me, that's logical. I mean, I would want my God to be out there in the field with me. Okay. Like, for example, this God should be proud of his work. Be glad of what has happened. I really do forget to take pictures at times. Pictures must be taken. No, I think as an exercise for each person to do for themselves. I mean, if you go and show this to 10 people, then you're stupid. But you should do it yourself. Take a picture every day. I don't know, if possible, the days you're feeling bad, just go have a slideshow view through it. How would you take your daily picture? One thing that I've really been afraid of doing, I don't know, it just felt wrong, is put my face in there. So that my picture of the day would be me inside a game. Though, if you ask me, to be honest, if you are showing yourself, then you're not showing the game. But what we're doing here is we're showing the game. You know what we should do? I don't know. I think people might be doing this. To be honest, my research would definitely point in that way. It does seem the logical thing to do that if, let's say, you what was I talking about? At times I've noticed that being God in a different world is a very dreary task. You have to look at multiple things together. I would pity a God if you ask me. And yet, God is God. Maybe humans, instead of trying to be God, should celebrate that they get to be humans. Should celebrate the fact that other people, that the work is on somebody else's shoulders other than ourselves. Who's going to ensure that we don't expire the next day? Well, not my problem. Ask the dude commanding us. To be honest, that's how I think armies were at one point of time. That's why people joined together and went to war. A Lord who is Father, who is God and Father to them all. Makes sense. Okay, the very fact that everything is slightly up means that they will definitely be having to climb a lot of stairs. So yes, I think we should definitely keep our stockpile on the ground floor. Or maybe basement. That would be good, right? We could put some on the ground floor and the rest in the basement, like things like meals. Since we will make the first floor the dining, we should keep the meals inventory slots stockpile. Another thing about this game is the stockpile system. I think it's amazing that you should actually make small stockpiles where you need it. Let's say, for example, you're preparing meals. Just put the stockpile in the dining room for the meals, and you don't need to really make it large, because you know that they're going to have 2 meals a day. At least that's what I'm guessing. On an average they do. And if there are 4, so probably 8. If there are 5, probably 10. And don't worry, the fact is that if you leave it until you have 10, that automatically get prioritized, and cooking is done at least once in a day. One thing that I must say, my way of playing the game does leave people a lot of room to do other stuff. I mean, it's no, to be honest, it's that I have given them large works and they are doing it, and at that point of time, I am kind of free. That's one thing. That's another thing that I think is a weakness of this game, probably. I mean, as a gamer, see, if I wanted slow, I would have been doing life. I would want, the inflow of people to really go up, because that's when you can really change stuff. You see, this that I'm building, if I know I might not play this game that long, but if I had to, I would then put stone walls around this, around the base. So this becomes like a stone keep with one layer of stone and then followed by a layer of wood. That's how castles were made. I mean, probably not, but it does help give me some comfort in this place. Oh wow, we could even put a moat outside it. I don't know whether they can add water here, because I haven't somehow seen water anywhere. Hey, why isn't there water anywhere? But when the card in the beginning did say that there was a river floating through, I'll need to think about that. I mean, is it there? Have I not seen it? Well, we need to keep some winter clothes for us. I wish there was a hotkey for this. That would make things much easier for me. As you can see, everybody's construction level goes up automatically, and Henry is naked and working. Oh god. Look at him, Henry chopping vegetables. Well, Henry is a very accomplished cook, I must tell you. I mean, it doesn't really bother him that he's naked. It's hot outside. Come on. Don't be mean. He doesn't have clothes, but it's hot outside. Should we assign somebody to research now? I don't know. We'll have to check it out. Okay, Henry is definitely cooking in multiple batches. Oh no, he was bringing things. Now he's constructing. One good thing that this game definitely does do is last in, first out. If there is, let's say, a 6-day stew and a 4-day stew, the people eat the 6-day stew first. Example. So those are small things that, if actually were needed to be told, would actually make stuff very disconcerting and difficult, to be honest. Okay, why is there some gaps there? Should we pull over it again and see whether that solves it? This is kind of weird. Logically shouldn't be any gaps there. Okay, so it was just a pulling problem, I guess. Okay, they're back to work. It does look like a container from this end. And yes, the logs do kind of look odd, but that's fine. I mean, you have to give them some leeway. To be honest, if they had to, this could be easily done much later without much problem, if they really felt the need to. Tailoring. I think we should go for tailoring. They do need clothes, but by the time, but we also need something to drink. Come on, first drinking should be priority any day. Let's learn brewing, and hopefully the barley will be ready by then. So they give you a lot of meat to eat. Hey, I have been trying a no meat or less meat. I have been wondering about trying a less meat diet. As an experiment, maybe I should not let them eat meat much and see how their lives would change. Hey, if you ask me, I think this would be, if this could actually be executed, then games would become priceless. If you ask me, life is a survival. Not all survive, but those who manage look at life differently. True, killing is bad. Life should be respected. Life is divine. But if somebody raises a weapon to kill you, you'd be a fool not to strike back and strike first. You know, one thing that I probably think I've done a mistake in this game: striking first. What if I could wall the edges of the map and have my people strike them from above? Build a kind of fort on each corner of the situation place. Have people move into that fort, and that would mean that nobody else would actually focus on where we are staying. That would be a great hack. 4 small forts at 4 corners, and then we could probably increase the number of forts as we go. Could add 4 more. Hey, that would mean a lot of time investment, to be honest, but it does sound fun. We could even make those forts out of actual limestone. I mean, though I'm not sure whether we use limestone as stone. To be honest, it's not that I know everything. Hey, who said I was God? I've been really wanting to put one in there for a very long time now. Okay. Well, I think I'll wait till these dudes get this. No, we should definitely delete this area and see if we can put in those stairs there. We completely forgot about the stairs. That was a real bad miss on our part. Okay, at times, see, this is where the problem happens. Can't place staircase, path blocked by wooden floor. My lord, where am I failing? Ask Henry, as even his lord is flummoxed as to how to place a staircase. Okay, I get it. We cancelled the wrong set of floors. Wooden floors. I don't see any question with why you shouldn't go for wooden floors. It's a damn floor. You want it to be as run of the mill as possible. It would be interesting. Hey, I would have really loved to get an option to make a moat. And I don't know if while the developers are adding that option for a river or something inside where, we could dig from that river and direct it into your moat. If while you're at it, if you guys do it, then why not also add something for drinking water? Come on, this is illogical. And if you truly ask me again, at the risk of repeating myself, I know it's not glamorous, but do expect people to make toilet arrangements for themselves. It's something that they do on a daily basis. It's not possible for them to forget about it. Yet, in our gaming world, I think this is something that we definitely don't really focus on. I mean, survival games should add their toiletries at it as a part of it. Estreld, okay. Come on in, Estreld. She came as a help. There was no one chasing her. She's just a lone wanderer who disliked other places. Hey man, Estreld sounds like a really good background. Somebody who's a nomad of their own. You know who built a clan of nomads? Genghis Khan did. That's why we remember his name even after so many years. Holy Mother of God, have you ever thought about it? People live for their legacy. I mean, to be honest, people like us have smaller legacies. People like me have a small legacy, such, for example, that the YouTube channel, that the things that I show is a part of my legacy and what people would see. But others thought big. They went and conquered countries and carved out empires for themselves. I mean, that's how big your ego has to be actually to go and get something done. Why? Because, well, if the Lord is good and everyone's the Lord, then everyone's right. And if everyone already knows what they are doing, then they wouldn't be in this situation in the first place, would they? But yet, here they are. This miserable, lost bunch of humans who are believing in the hand of a God, someone or something that watches over them, believing that no matter what happens, it'll happen for the best. God has a plan, and that's why we do what we do. That and other lies we tell ourselves should be the title of this video, to be honest. See, it's outside, so the production speed is 80%. Every production building needs to be inside. Why do you think I made this entire architecture? Need every bench inside a room. Predicting how many benches and how many rooms you need is the problem. Well, God does know some things. I mean, come on, He's been God. Let's not take it out onto the floor there, but nearby there. Actually, probably this is the wrong location. Well, that really punished me for saying that. But yes, God does make mistakes too. I think that's how karma should be. Instant. Like, you don't carry something along with you and hope something happens of it. Fucking do it right there and then. And I'll tell you the secret to the success of many people. It's that they give it to themselves. They hit themselves before somebody else does. I mean, to be honest, a very influential rapper has even done that and earned his name. And that's how he grew. Why? Because you see, if in a world where everybody thinks that they are the best and is trying to put down everybody else, if you put yourself down, what they gonna do now? It's perfectly logical, to be honest. Should we change the mining for some people? Would be interesting to do so. I think let's leave Eric as the village idiot. I mean, no offense to all the Erics out there. It's just how it is in the game here. Hey guys, now you see the speed has slowly gone down. I noticed this. As the things to do increase, your overall speed will go down. It's to offset this that you need an influx of people. They are basically your worker ants, your worker bees, your drones, if one might add, your bots, if one might deride. The more bots you have, the better your economy will be, the better your situation will be. For example, at the risk of sounding bad, villagers, or sorry, not sounding bad, sounding redundant, villagers. Okay, this is, as said before, raw meat, one carcass. It's cooking. So yes, I would want this place also inside. Our first floor would really take care of that. A nice large space for all matters of cooking, brewing, cutting, chopping, smoking. Hey, if we are going to put smoking inside, then we will need more space. I really want to change our architecture. Since I have not yet built that first floor, I think I will change that architecture. Keep a much bigger kitchen than the Great Hall. I mean, the Great Hall has a requirement. As long as we're above that, we're fine. But if the kitchen is really big, you can really do a lot of stuff inside. I mean, to be honest, that's how I think. If, let's say, in today's sad small world, when I go to someone's house, I judge them by their toilets and their kitchens. You see, it's these areas which people shouldn't have paid attention to but still have, that make the difference. Red currants have rotted, so that means we can't eat the red currants. So next time, I don't think, no, actually, next time we should not pick red currants without cooking, whether without knowing that we can use them to make wine or ale. Will there be a next time? Well, I don't know. If I were to mishap and start again, then yes, maybe there might be a next time. Who knows? At the risk of sounding mean and I don't know, self-praising, the Lord does. Okay, there was a beep right there, so that's why I switched it off. Okay, brewing, I can do, right? Yes. Okay, that was a momentary glitch. Brewing is done. Now I just need to put in some. Okay, there's the research table. Brewing station, I know from experience we're going to need two. Why? In the long run, yes. In the short run, no. While we are at it, might as well. Hey, but if should we place it this way? No, doesn't make sense. This way, yes, logical. Was that correct? Yes, it looks correct. Okay, that's one. Why did we come out of that? Brewing station. Another one. Wait, okay, it didn't get placed. Okay, it's now placed. It says structure can't be placed there, but it somehow is. What I think it's taking into account is the fact that something that heavy can't be just kind of going floor, but somehow the game is not managing to counter that with any other counter logic and make that floor just fall through, because, well, that's not how the game is programmed. I know it's just a few more days until you all are sleeping in this bad haystack. We shall soon have single rooms for all of you, because I say each person is a lord. He needs a single room. One idea that I'm really playing around with is keeping shrines, the number of people that we have, one shrine to each person, a private place to pray. That would mean a line of shrines. We could build multiple small temples and leave each space for each one. What would be really fun? Putting it behind or in front of the graveyard of the enemies we have killed. I stand alive while you rot down there. That's the proof of the god that I am. That's really poetic. I mean, it would be wonderful if I continued and did that. I'll be honest. Henry's hard at work. Prioritize constructing this too. Let's make some. Okay, we can't make ale. We can make some rough wine. Until you have, I'm aiming for 15. Yep. Why did it go down to 0? Oh, come on, dude. Okay, that's not yet ready, but we can just probably punch it in and keep, so that as soon as it's ready they start doing it. See, it's in these parts that the game actually feels a little boring. I mean, I'm constantly at triple speed, and see, the good part about my job's scheduling, if I may, is that people harvest on their own. You don't really need to direct them to see the time when that is right and go do it. It's best to let them do on their own. You just need to give them the big picture stuff and let them figure out the rest. So basically, you should have them on a kind of schedule where some people can continuously do something and others can do no, would continuously do something, and only when you tell them to do something else, basically. Yeah, that would mean that we, like, five should be for everybody. I would say if you're scheduling your jobs, the first thing you do is take everything to five. Then you set priorities basis of the stars. That should be definitely the first step. Okay, this dude hasn't had sleep added. Let's add some leisure time for him as he enjoys and relaxes. Well, he has life. He doesn't need to bother about what is right and what is wrong. He just exists. Kind of like you human robot. Hey, the human robot. That's also interesting. The human bot. Hey, actually, that's redundant because many people just use their username as bot. I think I really I understood the joke because there was a time where when we used to play certain games, their names used to start with bot. So it nearly became a kind of salutation, like how you have a Mr. It was like a bot. You treated it as such. You understood that that is what it was programmed to do, and you realized that you had to learn to just do it better. So the bots were the basic ground level challenge, that which you had to overcome to know that you were actually decent. So it's like not a motivating factor but a hygiene factor. How about you install bots to compete for entry, or I don't know, the right to play a game, for example. I'm not saying that there should be many games like that because most games do best when they are free. But let's say if there was a game which was limited and only few people could access it, there was a limitation to how many people could access it, then it would really make sense to have bots there to get you out, or to at least have make you raise your skill level to one standard where you are acceptable. That would be an interesting concept, and I do think games did do that. Most single player games are that, if you ask me. That again brings the question, should games always be played on hard? This is something I've really struggled with in my life. If you're playing a game, fucking do it right. It's that time of your life that you have lost into a digital black hole. At the risk of sounding out of my mind, these black screens are black holes for our lives. It's poetic and scientific, even I don't get it properly. Enjoying entertainment? Really? God is having an identity crisis and you're enjoying entertainment? But to be honest, if God was having an identity crisis, isn't that the right time to enjoy yourself? Hey, look at that! God doesn't know who he is or what he's supposed to be doing. Haha, free good times for us. To be honest, yeah. Well, it was a good joke, but then they are all sleeping, so none of them got it. On that note, I think I should bring episode 2 to a close. We didn't get attacked and our fort is carrying on being built at amazing speed. What more could one ask for? Episode 3 will be out soon, and the link to that will be in the description box below and on the top right corner of your screen. If you enjoyed this video, then do smash that like button and check out the game on Steam from the link in the description below. Also, consider subscribing if you enjoy this kind of narrative content. This is Ashes Bashes signing off. Until next video, game on.